I just appreciate the opportunity to address the group. And before we get started, like Laurie was saying, I am a very happy subscriber to IML. I'm a student, just like the rest of you guys. I just happened to arrive a little earlier on the scene. I think I've been trading for just about a year now. And Laurie alluded to some disabilities. So for those of you who don't know me, I was vice president of engineering for a manufacturing company. I've retired. I've been in industry for 40 years. But the interesting thing is I was never able to go to college. I barely made it through high school. I've been overcoming dyslexia and several other learning disabilities my entire life. So I just learn an incredibly different way. I'm what's called a tactile learner. I have to have it in my hands. So when I first saw IML, I always had a interest in learning how to trade. I had taken a different class from a different company in trading stock options, and I was fascinated by it. And that class was supposed to be a 2-year class, and they wanted $25,000. And they offered a Forex module for 6 weeks at $7,000. So when Aurea knew of that interest, she gave me a call with Svan and Eleanor, and they basically just said, "You want to learn how to trade on the foreign exchange?" And she said, "It's like $2,000." And I assumed it was $2,000 a month. And I just gave her my credit card. I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I was very happy to find out it's only $2,000 a year. That's a whole nother side story. But basically, I am a student, and I'm going to share with you the different types of things that I found out about the Harmonic scanner. I love the Harmonic scanner because it's out of the box, paid for IML product. It's super, super simple. It's built on the TradingView chart by Stephen Hooley. And it's just all math that we don't have to figure out. There are algorithms that run in the background and gives us information. We make some moves, and we earn some pips. So with that being said, I am not here to call trades. I do not call trades. I do accept trades from anyone else. I just do what I do here, and I explain how you can do the same. My past success does not guarantee your future success or even my future success. There is no trading philosophy or strategy that is 100% or 100% guaranteed. There are losses involved in trading. We love the loss because we grow from them. And when you go through the IML Academy, it's going to teach you proper risk management and how to mitigate loss and how to manage loss to an acceptable level so it does not impede or does not impair your ability to earn a profit. So even though we have losses, our net gain is a profit. So that being said, I'm going to come over here and share my screen and pull up the scanner. Everyone should be seeing the scanner. And let's see what this. Yeah. And Debbie, my right-hand man, is going to run the chat room. So if you got questions, just type them in there, and Debbie will shout them out, and we'll go from there. So everyone should be seeing the scanner. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow my cursor, and I'm going to take a walk around the scanner and show you what's what. This is just a scan. Don't worry about what it is. We're going to go over everything. So in your first left-hand column, these are all different brokers. It doesn't much matter which broker you click on. I click on Trader's Way because my first broker trading was Trader's Way, and it's just a habit that I'm in. What you'll notice if you go from broker to broker, some of the price points and spreads will be different. So, and let me pause right away real quick and discuss spread. The spread is basically a certain amount of pips that you will pay your broker just to get into the trade. If you were like taking bets on the street or taking a loan from these guys, my cousins, that would be the VIG, right? So we're basically paying the broker a pip, 1.2 pips, 5 pips, whatever it happens to be. And you should always be aware of what your spread is before you enter the trade. So that being said, this would be the broker trader's way. In the first box is our time frame. This is the 15 minutes chart. We're operating with candlesticks. You could pick other things, bars, the hinky, ashi, whatever that is, hikey, I can't even pronounce it, but that's a different kind of candle. But the default is set on candles, and that's pretty much where we stay. And here we have other indicators that we could bring in. We're going to do that. And this says exactly where we are. This is Trader's Way, and this pair is the Great British Pound versus CAD. And the way it's set up is this is your base pair, okay? And this is the quote, base and quote. So I'm on the 15-minute chart, and this is a shark pattern. I don't really care what pattern. There's sharks, there's butterflies, there's all kinds of different things. And the scanner does all the work for us in telling us which pairs are in motion. So when I come over here and click on the trade, the broker, I'm going to go and look at the long scans. I pretty much stay away from the short 15-minute chart because I want a longer overview of what's happening in the world. So we're going to do Audi, Aussie dollar. And that's a shark. And here's the scan. So what this is basically doing is Stephen Hooley's program is running in the background, and it understands these points. You see A, B, C, D, and X, okay? You don't have to chart this. You don't have to memorize this. You don't have to know this. You just need to know that, yo, Tommy, the scanner called the scan. This is what's up. Okay, so the scanner is active. I come over here. It's calling Aussie USD on the 4-hour chart. Very nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The other thing I want to show you over here in the upper left-hand corner is here it's on the 4-hour. On this current candle, you see my cursor is over here? I want you to keep your eye on these 4 numbers. Don't let your eye leave these 4 numbers for a minute. So this is the open price. This is the high, the low, and the close. And you'll watch them change as they go from candle to candle. And you'll see they change color. So here, it was a buy candle. And it opened at that number. That was the high, that was the low, that was the close. And as I scroll in time, these numbers change. And all it's telling you is the high, the open, the low, and the close. That's just good information to have. As we move forward, that's going to be important. Okay? So now the scanner is calling, it's making a call. Here is my current price. This is the current price of this pair is right here. It's 0.69, blah, 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 blah. Okay? My entry price is down here. It's at 6.9, whatever. So when you read this, the entry is lower than the current price. And my take profits are above the current price. So in order to make money, or in order to earn pips, I'm going to be entering into a buy. Does everybody get that? Does everyone see that this is a buy? If you don't,
no. Can you
yes,
can you please go over that again? It's Indiana. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up with you here, and I'm seeing
Indiana.
Everything. Yes.
This is why we have a small group and this is a small forum, so we can actually serve the people with questions. Don't worry about asking a question. I don't care if you ask 1,000 questions. That's why we are here. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what we don't care about is which pattern is called. Don't even worry about it. Just know that a pattern is called, and we look at the price.
Okay.
So in order for me to take profit, the take profits are greater than the current price. The current price is increasing to take a profit. So that means the pair must be in a buy. My entry is lower than my current price. So that means the scanner believes this price is going to go into a sell a little bit before the buy kicks in. Are you with me? You can
a little bit.
No, if it's no, it's no.
No, I'm not with you. I'm looking at I have the harmonic scanner in front of me now. So
All right.
trying to follow what you're doing.
Well, just look at my screen and follow my cursor. Don't worry about you. Just look at my screen.
Okay, all right. So I won't look at my screen.
Yeah.
All right.
Follow what I'm talking about, and you'll understand it a little better, I believe. This little red line, see this box, 69226?
Where the price is at now.
That is current price. Current price.
Okay.
Entry is the entry price to enter this trade. Are we at the entry price yet?
No.
Right. We're early.
The entry price is below it.
Right. So this pair needs to be in a little bit of a sell before it clicks onto that entry. So the scanner is expecting the price to drop before it's going to go up. You got me?
Yep.
Nice.
I'm with you so far.
Okay, perfect. So now it's actually giving us two entry prices. It's giving us a secondary entry price. And what that tells me is the scanner's like, dude, this is going to drop a little bit, or it's going to drop a little bit more. So don't freak out if it keeps going down.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Why is there two entry price? So,
yes, because the scanner is really good, but it's not freaking Houdini. The scanner is good 8 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times. And I'm going to add some layers of information here to have you get even better results with what the standard scanner is giving you, okay? But let's just see what's out of the box. So, but there comes a time when the scanner is going to say, dude, okay, I entered here at 688. I'm putting my stop loss down here at 686. So if I click on my stop loss, I'm going to just enter my stop loss in over here. And if it bounces me out, that's it. I didn't get it. That's just a loss. You follow me? Sometimes you're going to lose. So when I read this, I'm like, all right, cool. So I haven't made my entry price. My take profits are here. Take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. Now the scanner is just one voice in a sea of voices.
Quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Quick question though. How, like, I see that it has an entry there. How do you know if you're putting that entry in for a buy or a sell?
Very good question. Because where are your take profits?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so then that would be for a buy because the take
right. So if I have my entry price, the first thing you identify is where is the current price. I want to come over here and look at my current price. Where is my current price? I got my scanner. Where is my current price? If you're making a flow chart, I identify a price is in motion. Where is the current price? Now, where is my entry price?
Okay, that makes sense.
Where is
because if the take profit is above it and we're catching pips going out, then we will be putting in for a buy. So
it has to be a buy.
Yeah, if the take profit would have been like where that stop is at, then it would have been a sell.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Right, and we're going to do some that are sells. So I'm going to show you sells before we leave, okay?
Okay.
So this is one voice. This is one tool, one indicator that if you just do this alone, 7, 8 out of 10, you're going to win, in my opinion. Using proper risk management, you don't need to know another thing. You just go and you take this stuff into the broker and kiss it up to God, and we're good to go. That's not the way my mind works. I'm Italian. I hate losing. I don't like to lose nothing, right? To have losses, I don't like it. So what I want to do is, yeah, okay, then you know what I'm talking about, right? So what I want to do is I want to pull in more information. Anybody ever seen a cop show where somebody committed a crime and then the detectives go get the street cops to go out on the street and get their paid informants to give them information. Yeah. That's what the harmonic scanner is. The harmonic scanner is a paid informant on the foreign exchange. It's, dude, what's on the street? What's going on? Give me a tip, right? Mm. But it's not the only one. This is built on the trading view chart. Follow my little cursor. Remember the bouncing ball? Remember when you were a kid? Follow the bouncing ball? Well, cool. Come over here, indicators. Click on indicators and you type in BOL. Johnny Bollinger invented Bollinger Bands. I love this guy. Look at that. Oh, that's a Bollinger Band.
I see it.
That's another indicator. Now let me explain to you the way this works. The top side of this blue line, follow my cursor, those are the average highs of the market for this pair. The bottom blue edge is the lower edge of the market for this pair. And the red line is the median. Nature loves the median. It loves to be in the middle. It always wants to go back to the middle. I'm going to scroll out in time and look at this puppy. We can go back weeks. Look what it does. Bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, 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 bottom. It just bounces back and forth. And you'll notice whenever it closes outside of the edge, whether it's the upper edge or closes outside of the lower edge, it's gonna come back. It always does. I don't always say always in the foreign exchange, but it always comes back. So now, if we're looking, we have our harmonic scanner telling me this is going to be a buy. Where am I in my Bollinger Band? I'm at my low end. What's going to happen? They're going to go up. So that's another paid informant. That's another snitch. A foreign exchange snitch telling me, yo, Tommy, sooner or later this thing's going to go up. So what do I do right now? What's my play? My play is nothing. I don't get in yet. I'm not ready to get in. One, I didn't make my entry price. Two, I got some more people I want to talk to. I got some more indicators I want to throw on here. But before I do, I'm going to change the background of my screen so you can see them better. I trade on a black screen. It's just better on my eyes. So I'm going to show you how to change your background. So if you come over here in no man's land, right click, go to properties, left click, go to background, and make it darker. Okay? So now I'm going to bring in another indicator. I come over here to indicators, click, and I type in SAR. SAR stands for Harmonic SAR. That means stop and reverse. How'd you like to know when the pair is going to stop and go the other way? Stop and reverse. I want to know that. That's why I use it. So I come over here to format. Whoops, that's not looking right. Hold on. I have to go back to white to read this. BBB. Oh, that's
Please, can everybody mute their mics so you can hear Tommy?
Thank you. So let me go back and do my SAR, SAR, click. That's what happened. I'm actually going to put it in twice. On the first one, we come over here to format, and we do 03. 03. Now, I was advised by a master trader to use these. Don't go changing stuff unless somebody told you. Because the way I'm using these, One acts fast and one acts slow. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So that's okay. And now the second SAR, I come over here to format. Here's hide, show, format, and get out. Erase it. So here's my format. And this one I'm going to make red. And I could slide like how punchy, I punch it up, make it really bright over there, and make the cross big. And now inputs, this is 06 and 06. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my properties, and I'm going to do my background, and make my background darker. And now we can see these points. So let me just get this really big so we can have a conversation. So the SAR says stop and reverse. Stop and reverse. When the SAR is on top of the candle, you're in a sell. When the SARs are on the bottom of the candles, you're in a buy. Does everybody see that? When the SARs are on the top.
Are you referring to those little yellow dots?
Yeah, the little crosses.
And now this is an indicator that has to be put in. It's not automatically going to be there.
No,
correct?
this is something I add, and I save it as my template. And when I trade with these all the time.
And that's the indicator that lets you know when it's going to reverse?
Stop and reverse, absolutely. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? So your notes, right, when the SARs, SAR, when the SAR is above the candle, you're in a sell. And when the SAR is below the candle, you are in a buy. So right now, with this pair, at this point in time, it's telling me, Tommy, the harmonic scanner is saying, dude, it's going to be a buy. My Bollinger Band is saying, Tommy, dude, it's going to be a buy. But what are both my SARs saying? It's a sell. They are not in confluence. They are not in agreement. So what that's telling me is I need to wait. Because when these SARs come and touch the price, they're going to flip. So I'm not getting in this trade until both of my SARs are on the other side. And by then, this entry price should have been met. Now.
Okay, I have a question about that.
Indiana, shoot.
Yeah, just so I can be clear. All right.
Speak up, please, a little bit. Use your outside voice.
What's that?
Use your outside voice. I'm Italian. Okay. You talk loud.
Okay. I'm Dominican, so we can get pretty loud too, but it usually comes out when I speak in Spanish. So, all right. So that, all right. I got the SAR is an indicator that you can add as in your tools. I got that. Can you please explain to me when it's on top of the bar, you don't want to get into it?
No. We're not saying don't get in, do get in, nothing like that in terms of the SAR position. The SAR position is telling you where the pair is. The pair here is in a sell when the SARs are above the candles.
Okay, so if it's above, they are a sell, like it's indicating
it's indicating sell. It's like, that's my paid informant. I'm like, dude, hey, SAR, I'm thinking about AU. What do you got? Yellow SAR, what do you got? Yellow SAR is telling me, Tommy, it's a sell. Yo, red SAR, what do you got on AU? Dude, it's a sell. Hey, Bollinger, what do you got? Johnny Bollinger, my Bollinger Band, what do you got on this pair? Oh, it's really low at the low edge. It's going to be a buy.
So if it's underneath, it's a buy.
Well, on my Bollinger Band, whenever it closes outside of the low, it's going to reverse.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? What was that?
When you're in the Bollinger Band, when the price closes outside of the low edge or the high edge, it's going to reverse. So where is it now? Is it on the low edge or the high edge of the market?
It's on the low right now.
Yeah, and so when this candle closes, and let's say it closes outside of the low edge of the market, and you know that the price wants to get back to where? It wants to get back to the red line.
Okay.
So the Bollinger Band is saying, dude, this pair is setting up for a buy. My harmonic scanner is saying, dude, this pair is setting up for a buy.
See that 50-cent difference and $50.
But my SARs aren't there yet. My SAR is like, yo, not yet. My SAR is still in a sell.
Okay.
My SAR is telling me sell. 2 SARs are telling me sell, and 2 other indicators are telling me buy. So what's your move? What do? You wait. Don't get in.
Don't get in. So you wait for the next candle to come out?
You wait until those SARs flip.
Why have I not been using this for my advantage for the last 8 weeks?
Because we don't know what we don't know, and everyone uses a little different thing. And I like visual, and I was taught this indicator to lay over the harmonic scanner. When I found this indicator, I said, man, the harmonic scanner is already giving me a bunch of pairs that are in motion. I know they're moving. I just need to know when they're going to reverse. Mingya, use the SARs, right? So I want you to understand something. Trading is an art form. Trading is going to be about 5 to 10% the system that you develop or the strategy that you like. And it's going to be 90% mindset. It's going to be 90% on what you think and how you think about money. As a novice trader, the biggest lesson I had to learn is I'm not on this market, I'm not on these charts to make money. Benjamin Franklin is not in the equation when I'm trading. All I'm here to do is read a chart, and I want to understand how to earn pips. I need the pips. When I know how to collect pips, the money comes. The mission is the chart. Focus on the mission and the money comes. If you focus on the money, you'll never understand the mission. You'll never get the chart because you're freaked out about losing, $28 or something. Does anybody understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's another thing I want you to understand. And this is from my personal experience. I started trading. I'm like, cool, this is simple, man. I went into demo for a couple of weeks. I made $5 grand. Man, like that. Boom. Made $5 grand. Ha! This is a breeze. Then I didn't have a written trading plan. I didn't even know what a written trading plan was. So a written trading plan is the rules of the road. What times of day you like to trade? What flavor trader are you? Are you a swing trader? Are you a position trader? Do you like, Stephenson Lindor and you want to be in the trade for 2 weeks? Or are you like a Dr. Kathy person, 10 pips and you're out of there? Scalping. And you're going to understand that. You're going to learn that. And the place to learn that is in your demo account. I'm going to say it again. It's in your demo account. Because when I got in, I was in for a couple of weeks. Man, made $5 grand. Oh, this is great. I lost my demo account. Oh, I'm done with that nonsense. And then not only did I lose my demo account, but I lost my $5 grand. Because I didn't know what I didn't know. I learned the hard way. Okay? Gabados, dickhead, right? So I went into my demo account for like 6 months. And anyone who will listen to me will hear me say that your demo account is like the gymnasium of the foreign exchange. That's where you go to build your Forex muscles, right? Anybody watch The Karate Kid? You want to learn how to play karate, right? Or use karate. And what did Mr. Miyagi have him doing? Wax on, wax off, paint the fence, sand the floor, right? All that stupid crap. And he wants to learn freaking karate. But what he was doing, he was building muscle memory. And that's what you do in your demo account. You're going to get to understand these charts where you can trade at the speed of thought. You're going to understand your indicators. You're going to understand where the market's been, where it's going. You're going to look to the left in the past. You're going to look to the right, what's about to happen. And you're going to enter a trade because it becomes second nature. And when it becomes second nature, and you could pull just 5 pips, just pull 5 pips, you can translate that into a vast amount of money. And here's why. And have patience with me. The reason why I'm spending so much time on this is because it's more important than the chart. What I'm telling you right now is more important than the chart. When you're a new trader and you're earning 5 pips in micro lots in 0.01, and you go in on the 0.01 or 0.05, you got 5 pips and you ended up with 25 cents, nobody's excited. Not one person, not me. I'm not excited about that. I can't pay my rent with 25 cents. But what you're learning is the skill to earn 5 pips. What you're learning is the skill to earn 5 pips. Because with patience and discipline, that little $100 account, after I blew my $5 grand, I put $100 back in. And I grew that to 30,000. 5 pips at a time. Taking 5 pips. Why? Because I'm winning 100 and something times in a row. I'm taking my 5 pips and running them like I stole them, right? So now, when you learn how to make 5 pips, what happens when you're trading in lot sizes of 100? How much is a pip worth in lot size of 100? Someone shouted out. What is a pip worth in lot sizes of 100? How many dollars? Does anybody know?
500.
$1,000.
1,000, yeah, because with $1 you have 100. With 100
Right.
you have
So,
1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you have an account where you can trade in lot sizes of 100 and you're grabbing 5 pips, how much money is that?
Ching ching.
That's $5,000. Do you know you can get 5 pips on a 15-minute candle? How long do you want to trade for every day? How about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
5 pips. Who loves me now? But you're not going to get to trading lot sizes of 100 if you keep on blowing your account in minis and micros. Patience. Learn how to grab 5 pips on a regular basis. And stop thinking about what you missed. The market is moving constantly for 40 freaking hours or whatever, however long it's open. It's open 5 days a week, 24 hours a day, whatever, however many hours that is. It's in constant motion. So you're not missing the move. Satan, I'm not missing the move.
I'm not missing the move.
That's right. When you see these candles stacking up like 15, 20 pips, there's 3 15-minute candles, they're all blue, don't get in. Because that's where it's about to reverse. And you're not going to miss that move. You just have to set yourself up for the sell. Okay? I don't want to seem like I'm yelling at you, but I'm yelling at you. Okay? So let's go from scratch and let's pull up another chart. So cool. I got my harmonic scanner. I love you very much. I'm going to come over to trading view. You can do Forex Factor, whatever.
Does your Bollinger Band stay on as you switch screens, or do you have to put it in every time?
That's a good question. Let's see what happens. Now, Aussie dollar, here. Let's look at this for a minute. Now, there's a lot of brand new traders on here, and this might not affect you, but I just want to point out, remember what I said? All these pairs are pairs that are in motion. And this scanner is giving us trading opportunities. It's not telling you to jump your ass right in and jump in there. It's a trading opportunity for you to look and see and understand. So here we have GN, Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar. And then right below it, we have Great British Pound and Aussie dollar. These pairs are in motion. So what do you think the Aussie dollar is doing against the New Zealand dollar? They're in motion too. So you can go into your whatever trading platform you're using. I use Trader's Way. I'm not selling Trader's Way. I'm not promoting Trader's Way. That's just what I use. So when I look at this, I use the scanner to do my calls and figure out what I want to look at. So here, for every pair that's in common, this is called an arbitrage trade. So now I could look at Aussie, New Zealand. And full disclosure, I told everybody I've been dealing with dyslexia my whole life. I only take trades on the Japanese yen. I only trade the Japanese yen on all its complements, you know, all of them. And here's why. It's only got 3 digits. And it's that much, I don't screw up as much when I put my stuff in. Okay? That's how bad you could be and still make a good amount of money, right? You don't have to be rocket science, you don't have to be good at math. You have to be good at following directions. Okay? So let's pull up, I don't know. Let's get out of here. Let's go to Euro JPY. Oh, doesn't like that one. And let me go back. My scanner's got a brain cramp. Okay, here's JFAX, and it likes it now. So, we haven't talked about the RSI, so we're going to do that right now before we continue. RSI is down at the bottom. That stands for Relative Strength Index. And this little 14 in parentheses, that means it's using the calculations of the last 14 candles on whatever particular time frame you're looking at. God bless you. Please mute your mics. So,
Indiana, please mute your mic.
thank you. So here on the 15-minute candles, this RSI is on the last 14 15-minute candles. And what it's basically doing at the 70 percentile area and above, it enters into an overbought condition. It's overbought. That means every Tom, Dick, and Harry bought it, and at some point in time, it's going to do a sell. At the 30 percentile, every Tom, Dick, and Harry has sold it, and it's going to go into a buy. Wait, this is overbought. This is oversold. I might have said that backwards. Pardon my dyslexia. Oversold. It's going to go into a sell. Holy crap. This is overbought. It's going to go into a sell. It's overbought. Going to go into a sell. This is oversold. Going to go into a buy. So let's look at what the scanner said. So right now, who can tell me if this is a sell or a buy? Shout it out if you know it.
Is it a sell?
It's a sell. Okay. And whoever got in on this leading candle, what did they just hit?
Stop.
They got stopped out. Look at that. Because they got in and they only listened to one voice. Let me see.
Wow. I just had an aha moment.
That's why I bring in other indicators. Right? Here's my Bollinger Band. It's shooting way outside of my Bollinger Band. It's going to come back. Well, I'm going to wait for it to come back. Let me go and do a SAR.
Hey, Tommy, quick question.
Shoot.
Is this why you normally don't like to trade it when it's at the edge of Bollinger Band? Situations like this?
I don't understand your question. Say again, please.
Yeah, I remember. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay, I remember you saying once that you don't like to trade when it's at the edge
I
of
don't like
Bollinger
trading
Band.
at the end
That's
of
the reason.
the market. You're right. I do not like
This is
trading.
why, right? Got it. Okay.
And this is why. Background. Okay. Okay, so here is my SAR. Okay. This SAR is telling me this is in a buy. If I bring in my red SAR, let me do it again, and let me set up my red SAR. This is also why I actually take this information and I go into my trading view platform. It's just a whole lot easier. I made the decision early on that I was going to be a significantly, adept trader, no matter what it took me to learn. So I made the investment in the TradingView platform because I feel the tools are just that much more sophisticated and user-friendly. That's my opinion. And this is 06. 06. I think it costs, I don't know, even if it costs $100, it doesn't cost $100, it costs way less than $100, maybe like $20 or $30 to have TradingView. And I make that in about 15 seconds. So, okay. So here, now, before I enter a trade, I bring all my tools in. I got my Bollinger Band. I have my SAR. I have one SAR here. And I have my red and my yellow down here. Let me make them a little different sizes. Let me make my yellow in a little different size so you can see. What I do is I make my yellow one smaller. So when one is absolutely on top of the other, it gives us this little shadow. Can everybody see that? You see how it looks like it's a red and yellow guy here with the red shadow around the yellow SAR?
Yes.
Okay. So I make the yellow ones a little smaller so one lays over the top of the other. You can see them both. So this is what this is telling me. This is telling me right over here, it's in a cell. It's in a cell, it's in a cell, it's in a cell. Then something happened. This might be a news announcement, which we didn't discuss. Let's go with Forex Factory. Here's Forex Factory. This is tomorrow, May 16th. What's going on today? Here's May. What the hell is that? I don't know why it's so far back. What is it like? What's today's date? June.
The 12th of June.
Ah, it's my brother Jimmy's birthday. That's right. Okay. So this is right now. So what time are we? 10 o'clock? 9:30. So right here at 9:30, AUD had some news. What pair are we in? AUD. Okay, so this reacted to a news announcement. So what I should have said in the beginning, because in the beginning, my trading plan has me checking the news. So you can come over here to this little filter, and I just pay attention to high and medium impact news. I do my filter. And now this tells me at 9:30, AUD had news. And what did it do? It affected this cell.
I have a quick question. When the news comes out, just by looking at the news, like I get onto Forex Factory every morning before I even look at any charts. Like obviously if a news comes out on a currency, it's going to affect that currency, but how do you know whether it's going to affect it in a way for a buy or a sell? Like, is there any way of knowing that? Or
Indiana, that is the $64,000 question, and you're not going to like my answer. Okay, here is the answer.
Okay.
The foreign exchange market is a highly manipulated environment. Things happen at the bequests of market makers and central banks. Your brokers are also not your friend. Your broker sees your trade, it sees your stop loss. Did you ever see a candle with a wick that was like 15 miles long? Like the body of the candle is like so big and the wick is like 5 times the body of the candle. Anyone ever see those? Those are called stop hunt candles. A stop hunt candle, a blue one, is a stop hunt high, and a red one is a stop hunt low.
Wow.
And what they are looking at is they are looking at all the trades that have come in. That's what consolidation is. Consolidation is the brokers collecting trades to see which way they want to move the market so they can collect all your stop losses. Your broker is not your friend. That's why they call them brokers. Because the minute you have one, that's what you get. You get broker.
Please mute your mics, people.
Okay?
Thank you.
So the statistic is 90% of retail traders will lose 90% of their account in their first 90 days. That is a stat. And the reason why I believe firmly that the reason why that stat exists is because the majority of retail traders do not have the benefit of our trading platform, of our training. Because most retail traders, they have YouTube, they read a book, they go back on YouTube, they read another book, they'll blow their account, they'll lick their wounds for 6 months, and then they'll go put another 500 in, and then 90 days later, they'll be licking their wounds again because they blew that account too, because no one teaches them what's up. So the long and the short answer, Indiana, is we don't care what the news says. We just know it's going to be a move. So there is a strategy called trading the news. Cam Moore is very astute at teaching trading the news. That's in your trading platform, in your trading plan. If you are a person who trades the news, then you'll be in on those news announcements. You're going to set your day up around news announcements. You're only going to trade about 5 minutes before the news happens and 15 seconds afterwards, because that's where you make all your money. She only does like 4 or 5 trades a day. She trades around the news. It's called trading the news. If you're not someone who likes to trade the news, you should be flat on news announcements. You should be out because you will get crushed. And you're going to hit your stop losses in a very unhappy way. Does that make sense? Cool. So now, whenever there's a trade call on the scanner, I never get in, ever, never, on the C or D extension, on this extension, the D extension. I never get in when it's just called. Most rookies, most people want to get in when it's just called. You know why? Who knows why? I don't want to miss the move. I'm going to miss something. And let me tell you exactly what happened to the poor schmucks who don't have the benefit of some of this education. Right over here, they see this huge blue candle, and they're like, oh man, I missed that. Oh, look, oh, man, another, geez, I missed another one. And now they're getting in. They're getting in right now. You know what they're getting in for? They're getting in for the buy. And when the brokers see all these buys come in, what are they going to do? They're going to drop the market into a sell. And they're going to crush all those people on their stop loss. That's the way the market works. So we don't play that game. Now, I haven't talked about my particular take profits. I don't ever go for TP1, TP2, TP3. I don't like trading the edge. I don't like trading the edge of the market. I want to see this thing mature. I want to see it make my entry price. I want to see it make my TP1. Then I know I'm good, because I'm going to jump in right around here after TP1, right around TP1 for 5 freaking pips. And when I click my 5 pips off, I'm going to run like a bandit. I'm going to say, thank you very much. I got my 5 pips. And you know what these 5 pips are now? They're in my account. You know what I could do with those 5 pips? I can take them out of my account. I can spend that. I'm 5 pipping my way to $1 million account. And I'm begging you, especially for new people, if you're trading in micros and minis, stop looking at the 38 cents you just made. You made 5 freaking pips. That's a home run. When you make 5 pips, it's a home run, because you're going to grow your account. What are you going to do when you're winning average 150 wins in a row, 95 wins in a row, 80 wins in a row? I blew a trade just today, last night, because I was entering it in on my phone, and I got a phone call, and my screen flipped, and I forgot, I didn't get to hit my take profit. Right? And then I got distracted from my phone, and then so I never put my freaking take profit in. So it actually hit my take profit. I didn't get that, and then it reversed. So I got crushed. But that's Tommy's world. That's my head. Those are the tools I have to work with. And I love the loss. I accept the loss. You know why? Because that's one freaking loss. Now that resets my trading history. But I'm already up 5 wins in a row. And I'm going to go another 90 or 100 before I screw up again. Because I'm only taking 5 freaking pips. And I encourage you, just experiment with that methodology. And do it in demo. Demo, 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 demo. I still have a live demo account. I have my live account, my dollar account, and my demo account. I was hanging out with Crystal like last Thursday, and she said a couple of things, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. You know what I did? I took about a dozen trades on what she was talking about. You know where I took them? Who can guess? Where did I take them?
Demo.
I took those freaking demo. And now I learned a couple of things that I didn't know before, because Crystal is a freaking beast. But I don't trade the way Crystal trades. I just took a couple of snippets of what she had to say, and I added to my tools, my arsenal. And now she makes me a better trader just because I hang out with her. That's what this community is all about. We pay a subscription to IML to watch videos and do all those kinds of things. But the real value is in the community that we build. Because we have all these different little flavors that we can add to each other's skill set, and we're going to come and we crush the market, right? So I went through this a couple of times. Indiana, I really appreciate you, asking questions, because a lot of people have these questions and they're afraid to ask for whatever crazy reason. So I appreciate you for speaking up. Thank you very much. And I'd like to open it up to anything else. Debbie, you see anything in the chat that needs addressing?
I got a question.
We're up on an hour, and I want to respect everybody's time.
Wait a minute. Were you finished explaining the steps?
The steps?
Your methodology.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What I do is the very first thing when I go to trade is I check Forex Factory for the news, because I do not trade the news. I use the scanner to pull up trades that are in motion. And for me, I'm only looking for something that's trading Japanese yen, because I've been overcoming dyslexia my whole life. And for me, I need to trade 3 decimal places. When I have to enter 5 decimal places, my mind freaks out and I screw it up. So if I don't see anything here in motion with yen, you know what I do? Here's one. But if I don't see anything, you know what I do? Nothing. I don't do anything. Because a professional trader, a highly skilled trader, is outside of the market more than they're in. Another rookie mistake. I got to be in 11 trades all day long. No, you don't. You need to be in 1 freaking trade at a time that you win. I got to pay my car payment. I want to retire. Good. Win 1 freaking at a time. And start trading in lots of 100. You can buy a freaking Maserati. Okay? So I pull up my trades on the scanner. I never, ever, ever jump into a fresh trade that's on the D extension as soon as it's called, because I want to let the market show its hand. I will come, I will bring in the Bollinger Bands. I will bring in the SARs, and I'll have the screen looking something like this. I don't really spend too much time with the RSI. It's a nice, little extra, but the Bollinger Bands really give me more information. I feel much more warm, fuzzy feeling with Bollinger than I do with the RSI. That's just me personally. And now I'll freaking wait. And I'll wait on this trade. I'm going to wait for both of my SARs to flip over to the sell. I'm going to wait for this to be near my second entry. And I'm going to get in. I'm going to take 5 pips for the biggest freaking lot size that my account will handle. I'm going to take those 5 pips with a big smile on my face. And then I'm going to get the hell out. And I'm going to stay out. And I'm going to stay out until I do my whole process all over again. I don't click 5 pips and get back in because I might be in a pullback. I'll do this whole thing all over again. When I win 3 times in a session, like 3 wins in a row, I get up and walk away. Take a half an hour, go read a book, do something else. 3 wins in a row, I get the hell out. Because you get cocky. Because I get cocky. We're human beings. Oh man, that saw's about to flip. Oh, that line's about to be there. Oh, no, no, no. No, it's not. Just because you won 3 times in a row doesn't mean that 4th trade isn't going to wipe your butt out. And then if I lose 3 in a session, if I lose 3 trades in any session, I shut the machine off for the rest of the day. I'm out. I need to reset my thinking. I need to go watch Daisy Duncan, go, call Crystal, talk to Savan, have a conversation with Debbie, something like that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's actually my methodology. That's exactly what I do. Anybody else?
Yes, Tommy.
Hey, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, so how are you?
I'm great.
So you actually answered my question that I was going to ask you
Okay.
about when the SARs are on top, you wait for them to, on that first example, the SARs was on top for a sale. It was saying sale, so you had to wait until the SARs went to the bottom.
Yeah, picture it this way, Robert. Picture it this way. Picture we're playing tug of war on the beach, okay? We're playing tug of war. We're on the beach. We have a rope with a knot tied in it. We draw a line in the sand, right? And the indicators are the guys that are actually playing tug of war. So when the rope goes in one direction, it's a buy. And when the rope goes in the other direction, it's a sell. So when I see the harmonic scanner call a sell, that's one indicator on the sell side of the rope. Now, when I see Mr. Bollinger, the Bollinger Band, if he's on the sell side of the rope, I have 2 indicators on the same side of the rope. Now, I might have both my SARs on the buy side of the rope. Now, when I get in, I say pull. So if I have 2 indicators on one side of the rope and 2 indicators on the other side of the rope, and I say go, what happens to that rope? It don't move.
Right.
I want all my indicators on my side of the freaking rope before I get into the trade and yank that rope. You got me?
Yes, and you're also waiting for it to come down to the entry or past the entry.
Yes. So, but right here, this is Fangu. Pardon my Italian. I clicked on the wrong guy. What? Could you repeat that again?
No, you were saying you wait for the SARS to flip, but also you said that you would wait until it.
Oh yeah, that's the entry. Yeah, because over time, as the SARs flip, by the time the SARs flip, that entry price would be made.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and as you watch this over time and you see the trade over and over and over and over again, you get a sense and a feeling for where they're going. But don't enter the trade until they actually get there. don't trade on what you think is about to happen. Only trade on when the indicators have actually indicated to you. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's why after 3 wins, I get the hell out. Because I'm like, oh yeah, it's going to happen. You wait till it happens.
So you only trade on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, correct?
No, what I do is I look, the good question. What I do is I get my information off the 1 hour and 4 hour, right? And then I actually trade on TradingView. I'll take those pairs, I'll go into my TradingView charts, and I set up 4 hour on my left side, 1 hour in the middle, and 15 on the right, and I look at them all at once. And I see my trend, my transition, and I enter on the 15.
Got it.
Tommy, what time of day do you normally trade?
Yeah, what I do is I take most of my trades is the London, New York overlap. So it's like 6, 7 o'clock, like that. I'm not really one for getting up at God o'clock in the morning. So that's actually the most profitable time of day is the London. If you can sort your schedule out where you can trade London, that's where the major moves happen. That's just the way it is. Anybody else?
Hey, Tommy, what did you mean by transition when you said you were looking at the 3 charts and you look at your transition?
So the 4 hour chart is where each candle is worth 4 hours. So I look at 6 of those candles. If I look at 6 of those candles, I see the trend for the day, right? And then when I zoom in on the 1 hour chart, I'll look at the 4 1 hour candles, and then that tells me when the price is transitioning within that hour. And then I'll go in on my 15 minutes, and I'll do my entries on 15 minutes. So let's say I have 3 blue, the last 3 blue candles on my 4 hour are blue. I got the last 3 candles in my 1 hour were blue. What's that telling me? That tells me my trend is in a buy. And that also tells me I'm not getting in for a sell because the sell is the pullback. I'll wait for the buy.
Tommy, unfortunately, that whole segment was feedback and static.
Yeah, guys, when you ask your question, go ahead and mute your mic after that because there's going to be an echo.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, can you hear? Did everybody hear me? Just nod your heads. I can see you. So what I do is on my 4 hour candles, right? The last 6 is a day. So I only look at the last 4 hours and I see the trend over the last day. Then on my 1 hour chart, my 1 hour center chart, I look at the last 4 1 hour candles because that tells you what's happening in my last 4 hour candle. And then in my 15-minute candles, I'm looking at the last 4 because that drills down into my last hour. So I let the longer time frame set up what my trend is. So if I know that my pairs are trending in a buy and the 15-minute candles are doing a sell, it's a pullback. And I'm waiting. Daniel, do you understand that?
I do, and I want to make sure because I was taking notes. You said 6 candles for the 4 hour?
Yeah,
4 candles for the 1 hour?
Yeah, it's a
all right.
6 hours.
4 candles for the 1 hour?
Yeah, 6 hours on the 4 hour equals 1 day. Then
1 day,
4
right?
candles on the 1 hour equals the last most current 4 hour candle. And then on my 15-minute chart, I'm paying attention to the last 4 15-minute candles because that's my last active 1 hour candle.
Got it. And you normally like to jump in right after?
I didn't get that. Say again.
All right. Do you normally like to jump in right after the pullback on that 15-minute chart?
It depends on where I am in my Bollinger Band. If I'm on the edge of the market or what's going on in my Bollinger, what the scanner called, if the scanner's calling me an overall buy or an overall sell. I don't jump in. I let the market reveal itself, and I just take the ride along with them.
Got it.
Yeah, I really just want to get this point across. I lost a lot of money with the thought that I don't want to miss the move. And when you get over the fact that you're not going to miss the move, you're just setting yourself up for the move that you see. A move that you missed is one you didn't understand, and that's why you missed it. You didn't see the indicators. You missed something. What you missed is the indicator. The move is always happening. So if you're going to miss something, don't miss your indicators. Because if you're not missing your indicators, you'll understand the move. So don't jump in because you see 3 or 4 red candles or 3 or 4 blue candles. That's just the market makers taunting you to get in, and then they're going to drop the market in the other direction, and you're going to be very unhappy. Because I guarantee you, you'll be much happier being outside of a move you wish you were in than inside of a move you will wish you were out. It's much more painful that way. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Tommy,
Okay,
real quick, on the PSAR, what time frame are you watching for the flip?
Again, and it's what kind of trade am I in? I will look on those 3 major time frames, the 4, the 1, and the 15. I want to see what my SARs are because I want to see how long, if I'm in a buy trend for the day, for whatever. So I'm looking at them. If I have my SARs on the buy side on the 4, the 1, and the 15, it's a freaking buy. Does that make sense?
Correct.
So on this chart you have posted on your screen now, what would you do?
Okay, let me expand. Hold on. Okay, so what this is telling me, here's my D extension, and it's saying when this price drops down to this entry, it's going to go into a buy. So let's see what Johnny Bollinger has got to say. BOL. Bollinger Bands. Boom. And let's pump this up and let's squish it out a little bit, make it bigger. So what is Mr. Bollinger telling me? These puppies have closed outside of the Bollinger Band. So it might miss the entry, but still go into a buy. So for those people who are just taking the numbers off the chart and entering blindly, you would miss this buy. But here, with the Bollinger Bands going, another couple of candles, and this might be a fantastic buy that you can jump in because Johnny Bollinger told you. But let's see what Mr. SAR's got to say. SAR. And, oh, let me do both of them at the same time. Sorry, guys. So here, granted, this is a little clumsy because you have to do this all the time. But like I said, I don't actually trade on this platform here. I have this all set up all the time. So I don't have to do this over and over and over again. That would drive me freaking crazy.
And you can't save it on this platform?
You might be able to. I just don't know how to because I'm not here. The only time I'm here actually trading is to teach you guys.
The drop down at the bottom where it says default, right at the bottom right there in the bottom right, left right there. If you hit that, click on that, it'll drop down and it'll say save as default and it'll save it.
Where?
Right, right inside the box where it says input style. You see at the bottom where it says default, click it.
Ah.
See where it says save as default? bam, it'll save it. So now it'll show up on every screen.
Oh, this will do every screen? I thought it was only for this screen.
Every time you switch pairs, it'll pop up. So you do the same on the Bollinger Band, and it'll pop up on every screen.
See? See what happens when you play
There
TC?
is also an option on the upper right to save the chart layout and to load it.
Hold on 1 minute. No, hold the band.
Don't you have to hit OK too, or not? You hear me?
Save as default. Okay, yes, save as default. Okay. But this guy I haven't changed. This guy needs to be 06. So you guys get to see this so many times you're going to remember it. Okay, now where do I save this as default? Here? No.
In the upper right, there's an option to save the chart layout, and you can give it a name like Tommy's Harmonic, like I named it.
I can't because you know why?
And then you can always,
I don't know how to spell harmonic. M-N-I-C?
O-N-I-C.
yeah, you just forgot the O there.
O-N-I-C.
There you go.
See, when I say learning disabilities, I'm not joking. Okay, so now what? Oh, let me just darken this real quick. Properties, background. Okay, so this is telling me it's going to go into buy. But look, yeah, into a buy. But my SAR is still telling me sell. So I'm not getting in. I'm not getting into both of these SARs flip. Because I don't care. I don't need to get all of these pips. I'm just getting 5. I'm going to get 5 in here. I'll get out for a couple candles. I'll get 5 in here. I'll get out for a couple candles. I'll get 5 in here. I can get 15 pips out of this move. But in my mind, super low risk. Did that answer your question?
Yes. Thank
yes,
you.
and guys, and thank you so much for helping me set up this chart like this. Anybody else? Because we're like way over. I don't care that we're way over. I just want to respect people's time. Aurea, my dear friend.
Hi.
Come talk to us, Smiley.
It's I'm sitting here, I'm looking, I'm listening, and I love when people participate and ask questions, because I was having a conversation earlier with someone, and we were talking, the ones that ask questions, you know, are the ones that want answers, because they don't want to keep coming back wondering about a question from 3-4 weeks ago. So, you know, kudos to all of you that are asking questions, because this is what Tommy and I, this is why we do what we do here, because we want you guys to walk away knowing more than, you know, this morning.
Yeah, and Aurea, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the thought occurred to me is like, look, you guys are in your chats. You're on 2%. You're wherever you are. And don't be shy about shouting out some of your success, like just pull 5 pips off the scanner and, you know, and celebrate each other, support each other, and let each other know, you know, that you're doing well or you need help or whatever, or I just blew a trade on the scanner, whatever it is. If you're using the tool, let people know you're using the tool, because some people might be struggling with this tool and don't know that this forum exists, and you can let them know. Cool.
Absolutely.
Hey, Tommy, on TradingView, is there an alert that you put on so that it alerts you?
Yes, and TradingView is a different animal. When I look at something and I can say, okay, well, this pair is ready for a sell, but it's probably going to be like 15 pips from now, I'll put an alert for 15 pips from now, and then I'll get an alert and I'll come back to my screen and look at it. I just don't sit there staring at the screen all day.
That's great. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Great, thank you.
Tommy, on this particular screen right here, I'm noticing at the top where the PSARs, it's a lot of, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 red and yellow PSARs showing the sale. Now, when you say when it flips for the buy, how many of the red and yellows do you want to see at the bottom before that's an indication to potentially get into the trade on the flip?
Yeah, I want to see at least one candle, at least one. I'm real comfortable on the second one. But if you go back in time, look at the way these guys act. Here, see that this, and the red one is my early warning system, and the yellow is my confirmation. The red one usually flips first. Red flips first. Yellow is my confirmation. So here, right, I'm in a buy, and look what happened. My red flipped, but my yellow stayed behind. So that's telling me it's a little indecision. I have a little consolidation going on over here. So when I see one on the top and one on the bottom, I do nothing. I watch. So now what it did is it went ahead and it flipped back. And it went right back into the buy again. And then it did this. And now it finally, both of these puppies finally came up on the sell, right? Here's one on one side, one on the other. Here's two here, two here. If you got in on this candle, so here's 1, 2, and they're both on the same side, right? If you got on this candle for the sell, that's 20 pips, right? Even in this crappy consolidation, I'm out here. Here's 5.5. This is what I'm done. Poof, gone. Adios. I got my 5 pips. I'm out. That's where we are. Do you understand? And we just call them SARs. I know the proper thing is PSAR. We just call them SARs.
Hey, Tommy, quick question on that same note. If you're already in the trade and the SARs flip back to the opposite, like if you're in for a sell and then your SARs indicate a buy, they flip back over, do you close the trade in profit, or do you just kind of?
Well, I'm taking my 5 pips. So, like, I don't really understand the question.
Like in the case that you haven't gotten your 5 pips yet, but your SARs flip back over again. Do you get out of that trade?
It depends on what the spread is. Like, you have to understand, I'm only going for 5 pips. So the other reason why I'm not taking a trade on this D extension is because when the trade changes direction, the spread is going to be high. So I wait for the spread to come back down to like 1 or 0.9. Does everybody understand that? If you don't, let me know.
I'm kind of not following. I think I got to go back to the accounting video.
So the spread is the fee you pay your broker, and they charge you in pips. So whenever the brokers are going to move the market, they're going to make a change, they bump up the spread to get more money from you. So typically a spread is 1 pip, 1.5 pips. Okay? Okay. And you'll see that in your when you go in to enter the trade, you check the spread. So if the spread is 6 pips, you can't just take 5 because you lost the pip.
Right.
Okay. So when you wait to get in off the edge of the market, the spreads will have come back down closer to 1. And when you take 5 pips, you're actually putting 4 in your pocket, and you're paying your broker 1.
Got it. Where exactly do you see what the spread is?
It's going to be in your which trading platform you use. You trade on MetaTrader.
I use those things.
Yeah, but is it on
MetaTrader 4?
Okay, I haven't been on MetaTrader 4 in over a year, so I'm not really good at telling me where that is, but on my broker, I use forex.com, and the spread is right there on, before you click it, it shows you the spread. So before you enter your trade, someone who's using MetaTrader 4, just ask them, and they'll be able to advise you. I just don't know. I just don't remember.
On MetaTrader
Okay.
4, it's right under the pairs
Thank you.
on the
On
left-hand side of the
MetaTrader
screen.
4, it's right under the pair, the number. Like when it says 11 or 17 or 21, 21 is really 2.1 pips. 17 is 1.7 pips. That's the spread. It shows up as a 2-digit number, but when it shows up at 11, it's 1.1 pips, or 1 pip and 1 pipette. Everybody with me on that?
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, Aurea, back to you, the master of ceremonies.
Okay, so if no one has,
Thank you, guys.
does anyone else have any questions?
I would like to just like to say something real quick, if that's all right.
Yes, of
I
course.
just wanna. What's up, Aurea? I just wanted to thank everyone too for their questions. You know, I've been on several calls here with Tommy, and this is like my favorite session by far. Like all the questions that everyone asked just made it so much more informative and made me understand it so much deeper. So thank you, Tommy, as well for giving us that extra time of yours to help us all out here.
Anytime, buddy. We want you to do well. We want you to crush this thing. The quicker you learn, the quicker you can teach. So you can have your own session one day doing what you do.
No, this is just going to end up.
Good night, all.
Good night, everybody. See you next Wednesday.
Good night, guys. Thanks again.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Night,
everybody.
thanks.
Guys, thank you so
Good
much.
night.
Tommy.
Good night. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Chez nous on dit schématique, comme si comme ça c'est par exemple sur Tel Aviv, y'a tout de tout sans déconner, mais c'est toujours pas parfait, attends je vais tout expliquer. Quand il est en pigeon, vacances au ski sur la ferme, Israël, oulala, paradis mobile, comme si, comme ça, comme c'est comme si, comme ça, comme si, comme ça, comme c'est comme si, comme ça, comme si, comme ça, comme c'est comme si, comme ça, comme si, comme ça, comme si, comme ça. Oh, les choses qui étaient, ça travaille toujours, je fais mes bombes partout, c'est parti, tout sur sa ligne, me met l'avocat, ils sont endormis, dans la rue tout le monde est différent, les gens qui s'expliquent comme des petits enfants, ils peuvent vous emmener, mais pas les temps. La tentative à Paris, à Sarkani, Mirachi, les mademoiselles d'Israël, oulala, oulala, oulala. Comme si, comme ça, comme si, comme ça.